Yeah, AIML. We've done this before or something like this before, but there's a little bit of twist to this. Um, Before I start and get to the main points, I would like to talk about what artificial intelligence is. Um, Basically, it's a form of mimicry. Get machines to have the thinking capacity of humans, basically, and instead of following a set of rules, like if you write code, you probably know about the if, else, if this is this, then do this, if this is this. But there are so many variables that happens in real time, real life, that you can't account for that. And there's where machine learning and artificial intelligence comes in. So machine learning is actually a subset of artificial intelligence. So like I said, normally backend, front end, any system, it's just a set of instruction. Even algorithm is defined as a set of instructions to achieve a particular goal. But instead of having this set of instructions, why not let the machine derive its own rules, basically learn how to behave in certain situations without any fixed rule. That means it can adaptation, basically. And yeah, such an example is making a diagnosis. Okay, you hear about Fermi's criteria for heart failure, but instead of that, why not have a trained patient model? Uh, okay, yeah. Like I said, actually, machine learning is actually a subset of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is a way to use AI to build AI using data, and that means the more data you have, the more better the machine is able to adapt to learn. Okay, and learning is different from cramming in such a way that um, for cramming, you basically have all the data in time and you search, and then you make a decision based on the research, like how similar the current scenario is to the one you have, and then you act based on that. That's just cramming. But in learning, it makes the decisions based on data it has learned from, basically. Um, of course, we have AI in our everyday life. We've been using AI far before it became mainstream, before we learned about ChatGPT. Um, for example, your Gmail uses a classifier. It's an example is the Bayesian classifier, actually, to recognize whether an email is spam or not. And yes, that has been in existence for God knows how long before ChatGPT came into mainstream. So basically, others are the Face ID, your fingerprints, you're typing, and then it's popping out the rest of the word. And you notice that if someone types the same 3 letters, it can bring up another suggestion. It's just based on the habit of that user, it learns from it and then make a prediction. Then, yeah, the depth estimation, basically. In social media too, you have your recommendation algorithm. The way different social media tell you should follow based on different accounts you follow and different content you interact with. Then moderation. In healthcare, there have been serious movements in that. Image classifications, majorly, not just X-ray, including MRIs, CT scans, ECG. Yeah, if anyone has ever done ECG, yeah, basically it's the ECG machine actually tells you kind of the closest diagnosis even before the cardiologist sees it. Yeah, how machine learning works. Everything is based on data, and you collect data, you train the model based on the data, you test how accurate the data is, you tweak things around to see if you could get a better accuracy. And of course, there's no model that is 100% accurate. It's not in existence. And then deploy real systems. The problem with accuracy is that if you're getting 100% accuracy, at least as at now, then there's an issue with the way you train your data. And that's where overfitting comes in. You put in so much data that you end up narrowing down the model such that it can only make predictions accurately if you enter the data you use to train it. That's overfitting. You've narrowed it down to whatever is to train it. And that's why data is usually split into the training data. And I think it's three. The one you use to compare to check how accurate data is, which is actually separate from the one you're training the model with. And of course, that with machine learning, you have be supervised. Here you put data and you put the response to it, whether this is correct or not. Then the supervised, the model itself um, finds out the patterns which eventually results in an equation. Then reinforcement, it's okay, you know, the Pavlov's experiments. Oh, you do this correctly, you take this, then subsequently you it's basically, yeah, reinforcement basically. um AI is bad at bias data. If your data is lopsided into a better direction, of course what it predicts will also be lopsided. Yeah, it does not understand emotions, of course, and then since it's just a machine, this could become very wrong. The quality of your model is based on the quality of data you feed it. Yeah, there's been concerns concerning AI, the privacy, bias, discrimination over reliance on machines. I'm sure we've all started using ChatGPT at one point in time. Yeah, was it today or yesterday? Cloud actually deployed an Excel tool using AI in Excel actually. Okay. This is not a final thought, but it is a final thought. What you end up doing, it will determine what you will do in the future. It's a question of the AI is actually here. It's a question of will you be there or will it sideline you? And getting into AI is actually the way forward. For example, I am primarily a backend dev. I started as a backend dev and I'm currently doing AI and ML. Yeah, Elon Musk tweeted something a while ago. Yeah, the AGI means artificial general intelligence actually. Is okay, LLMs, which is your ChatGPT, your cloud, basically gets data and then find similarities based on your queries using probabilistic models and outputs. But what if that's not actually real intelligence? It's just a game of maths. The end goal of artificial intelligence is actually being able to reach out to the end, like have something that can actually learn like human. And that's where GI is coming in. And yeah, we are looking forward to it all. Yeah, and also the self-driving. Oh yeah, he actually talked about released a new car model with self-driving, but under supervision, which is actually an interesting use of AI. The opportunities in AI and ML endless. Anything you do, AI is coming into it. Anything, literally, anything. In fact, if it's not already there. Yeah, to actually prepare something small. It's basically an application of AI and ML. And in this case, we will just see a small application of AI and ML track. All right. What I'm going to show us is just an MCP, which is Model Context Protocol. It's a way, if actually it's for people that are already devs, or yeah, devs that not just devs can actually integrate it for the user. It allows AI to actually interact with your APIs. API is your backend. Yeah, let's just put it like that for people that are not. Okay. With that, this I just set up this. It's something I partially built a long while ago. but I decided to add something else to it. But let's start with the initial function. So this now, okay. Basically, I have a backend code. Then I'm allowing this is cloud to interact with my backend with using the MCP, and this is this. Okay, so cloud is asking wants to take this from this. Basically, it's making the request to the backend based on me just typing what I want without me being technical and then converts it to JSON. Then let's see. So I've written the code for this and this ones and then return the output. But let's get it a little bit more interesting actually. Okay, the next example actually uses needs authentication, and that's why I'm trying to set that up. And the most interesting thing about this is that this also uses another AI ML thing. I'll be talking about that more. Okay, and this is a so in this now, since I'm authenticating, basically setting up cookies to use to because without authentication, it will not be able to make the request successfully. I think I should have showed that first, failing the request. But regardless, yeah, this is the main request. This is making a request to the backend. I'm looking for content related to food in my database. Um, Basically, the backend currently runs another AIML thing, which is a recommendation algorithm. Uh, not sorry, not a condition, a semantic search actually, finding content related to the word, the keyword. So let's have this. Yeah, so it's JSON, but then it interprets into normal human terms, which is what LLM does anyway. So yeah, food is not mentioned in any of the content, and then it can see that potato is kind of food. Then because of the zebra fish and all, this is coming in also. And yes, that is my demo concerning that. And this is actually the code for the MCP. These are the additions I made actually. Um, these are like the additions I made to make this. There is only the arithmetic that was there before. I just added this to be able to make requests to the backend. So yeah, that's a practical application of AI ML, and I'm looking forward to everyone exploring that journey with me. If you're here and you're interested in AI ML, fill the form. You can reach out to me at any point in time, whether on the group or privately, concerning your journey concerning AI ML. Either you're here or you're listening to the recording. Thank you very much.